All right, what's up, everybody? Peter Gilmore here for this late night video on this Friday night. Back in with another video on Killer of Demons 669. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like this video, hit the subscribe button down below, subscribe to all my other channels, which are down below in the description box. And as always, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter. You know what it is. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. Fuck it. I don't care. Now, I'm not in my boisterous mood like I always am. Just had a really rough day today. I cried at work. I cried just now. I was thinking about my brother from another mother. I'm just dealing with a lot of stress right now, so I don't need anyone's bullshit today. So I'm going to do this video, and I'm just going to end it, and that's that. So thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit the subscribe button down below. You know what to do. Blah, 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 blah. All right, on this very late Friday night, September the 18th, 2020, if you're watching from somewhere else, it's September the 19th, 2020. It is time for your late night Smackdown review for September the 18th, 2020 from the Thunderdome in Orlando, Florida. So I can't even in Orlando, Florida. So I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't have the. I just don't have it in me right now. But I'm gonna do the video anyway because I love my fans and I love my subscribers. So it is what it is. That's all I gotta say about that. Big ups to Julius the Jew in the chat. What's up, Julius? How are you doing? Hope you're having a better night than I am. I had a better day than I am, but it is what it is. So, Smackdown tonight. It's all right. I basically didn't give two shits about wrestling tonight. To be honest with you, I really didn't give two shits. So, like I said, I had a rough night at work. Work was all right. I just had a really bad day. I had to go to work. I really didn't want to go to work, but I had to because nobody could cover me because we're short people because nobody in my fucking store could get fucking people. But I digress. I have to work a fucking 5-day week. Why? Because I'm the low man on the totem fucking pole. I have to work a fucking 5-day week because I can't get anybody else. Because we're not hiring. Supposedly we're not hiring. Then we'll get people coming in. Oh, you hiring? Yeah, duh. You can't get anybody off the street? Fucking company it is. I don't care if this video gets put out to my company. I don't give two shits. I really don't. I have to deal with a fucking girlfriend that doesn't give two shits about me either. Fuck everybody. Like that song says, fuck everybody. Everybody can suck my motherfucking dick. I'm tired of this bullshit right now. Tired of it. I'm up a creek with stress. Medication, I don't give two shits about. I didn't take it, that's why I'm so angry, but I don't know. I'm gonna just put everything to the side like I always do. And just do the fucking video and try to go to bed and maybe have a better day tomorrow. Which I know I won't. I know I won't. Because only 2 people are going to be working tomorrow besides me and the pharmacy. 2 people. That's why I want to fucking quit. And I can't quit because I have no backup. And $300 ain't going to help me pay bills every week. So, it is what it is. So. Fuck the world. Fuck my life. I don't give two shits. So, whatever. That's all I gotta say about that. Anyway, if you don't like what I say, turn the fucking video off. I don't give two shits. But anyway, let's get to Smackdown. Let's get this fucking video out of the way. Before I start, I did a video early in the day when I was actually coherent and fine. I did a video about Melina coming back to the WWE. She might be coming back soon. I don't know when. Soon. Could be next week. It could be at the Clash. It could be after the Clash. Who knows? But she's coming back. That should help the roster up a little bit. No, I know they're getting an old timer. I mean, she's 40-some years old, I think. Or 30 or 40 years old. So she's coming back. You know, the boast of the Raw Women's Division. So, so Asuka might get a new opponent. Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, Natalya, Lana. All those ladies on Mandy Rose and all those ladies on Raw now are gonna be facing Melina and jobbing to Melina, well, except for Asuka and Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. But it is what it is. There are some good maybe some good matches with Melina. And you know Melina's gonna get that belt. Probably the first defense she gets, she'll win the belt. That's what she did in WOW. She debuted and she won the belt. And then she lost it like 2-3 months later. Because she went down to NWA Power and did what she did there, and then NWA went bye-bye. Well, it didn't go bye-bye, but went on hiatus due to this fucking virus. And that's basically all I gotta say about that. So that's that. So check out the video down below in the description box and subscribe. You know what to do. That's that. All right. So SmackDown tonight was an okay show. We were gonna hear from the boss, Sasha Banks, about what happened last week when she got viciously attacked by Bayley. Well, actually, the week before. Because last week we heard from Bayley and why she did what she did. And this week we're going to hear from Sasha. Basically updating us on her condition and basically answering questions like how is she, and basically talking to Bayley. So we see that. We had a Samoan street fight with Roman Reigns, Mr. Cockfist himself, and his cousin Jey Uso taking on Baron Corbin, Corbin, and Sheamus fella. Got a little bit of that. Got a little bit more storyline progression with Otis and The Miz. I'll talk about that in just a second. And we had a moment of bliss with Alexa Bliss and her guest Nikki Cross. So that kind of went weird, with Alexa. So we had that, and we found out a couple of matches for the pay-per-view was coming up next week. So they got to get the matches, the card finalized. Except for the Raw Tag Team titles, we don't know who the Street Profits are gonna take on. The 24/7 title will probably be Akira Tozawa and R-Truth or whoever has that damn fucking belt. Nobody gives two shits. We're gonna see who Asuka's gonna face. I'm thinking she's gonna face she could face Melina. There's nobody left basically. Shayna and Nia are defending the women's tag team belts against Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott. So they can't, they're kind of canceled out. So I guess the only logical choice would be Melina. But we'll see what happens. Maybe Melina appears on Monday Night Raw this Monday night. She's coming back, so why not Monday Night Raw as a surprise? And then Asuka's like, what? Who are you? And then Melina beats Asuka for the title, and then she holds on to it for a little bit. Not long, but maybe long. I don't know. But anyway, check out the video, and that's that. So that's that. All right. So we start off SmackDown, and it's probably, it's late at night. It's 2:30 in the morning. I'm still going to do the fucking video and then probably go right to sleep because I got to get up early in the morning, and I got to leave early tomorrow to go to work. I got to be at work at 2:30, so. And I got to probably go to about 10 o'clock, maybe 10:30. I don't know. I don't know what time I'm getting out tomorrow because my fucking schedule and the fucking management, they can go fucking suck my fucking cock. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if anybody sees this. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. I don't fucking care. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is a new side that you're seeing from me. I'm sorry. I'm just fucking tired of being sick and tired. That's all I gotta say about that. Anyway, so we start SmackDown with the dirt sheet, and we got The Miz and John Morrison, the greatest tag team of the 21st century. And they got some gossip for us tonight. They're gonna expose the truth behind Bayley, reveal the reason WWE management tried to erase Sami Zayn from history, and they're gonna dig into the Samoan family that holds secrets Jey Uso tries to hide. So Miz says he's got the hot gossip and wants to talk about the departure of Mandy Rose. So John Morrison's like, oh, it must be seen to be believed. Say that fun, nice fast. So then we get a clip from Talking Smack where the Miz dropped the bomb that Mandy Rose got traded to Monday Night Raw. So he says he's not playing mind games with Otis. He's not trying to get revenge. He's trying to help him. He knows the pressures of holding the Money in the Bank briefcase and knows Otis must be looking for every opportunity possible, and Otis can't do that. He sent Mandy away, and now Otis can focus on cashing in. And then John's like, oh, you could just give it to me. So this says he sent away the one true obstacle Otis had. He'll get over it. And from what Miz hears, Mandy already has. So Morrison brings up Dolph Ziggler and how they used to date. Not in real life, but that's that. And so they're kind of stirring the pot as always. So then Otis comes out pissed, and he rushes the ring, takes down Miz, clocks John in the face, sends Miz out in the ring. Then Morrison, then he throws out the chairs, just ruins the set. Miz tries to escape through the crowd, but there's Tucker to stop him. Sends him back in the ring. Otis hits a T-bone suplex to Miz, and another one to Morrison, sending him to the outside. Then he splashes Miz in the corner, then hits the Caterpillar, and then the big Vader bomb in the corner. So he's all fired up. And I thought that was going to end the segment, but Otis goes back for more and grabs Miz, takes his clothes off, except for his tidy whities. And Morrison's like, I think Morrison's secretly gay because I think he was looking at Miz's cock. Just saying. So Morrison tries to cover up Miz as they run up the ramp to the back with Otis and Tucker laughing at him. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So more of the Miz Otis storyline. They might have a match at the Clash, even though they're probably going to have one on SmackDown because all the titles are going to be online, so it will make no sense to have a match there. Unless it's going to be on the pre-show. But we'll see what happens with that. So I give that 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's basically all I got to say about that. And we're going to move on. All right, then we go to break. We come back with Caleb Braxton and Miz Morrison. Morrison tells Miz that he doesn't think his plan is working. Miz is like, it's all part of the plan. Then he gets a phone call. And he's like, did you see it? Is it enough? I thought he was talking to Maurice. But the Miz does an evil, wicked smile. And he's like, oh yeah, the plan is still intact. So they got some type of plan. We'll see what happens later on with that. And that's it. So I gave that segment 2.25 out of 5 stars as well. So we'll see what Miz has planned for for Otis, and we'll see what happens later on. That's that. All right, there we go. Inside the Thunderdome with our first match: Gran Metalik versus Cesaro. Gran Metalik comes out with Lince Dorado and Kalisto. Cesaro comes out with Shinsuke Nakamura, and we find out that Cesaro and Shinsuke will defend the SmackDown Tag Titles against the Lucha Jobber Party, and most likely win because Kalisto is going to turn on them. Obviously, predictable finish there, and that's that. So, Matt, we get to the match. Match was, it was all right. We went back and forth. I'm gonna summarize all this. I'm not gonna go too long with this. I just want to get this out of the way, like I said. So, I apologize if I'm not gonna go in depth with my review like I always do. So, I'm just gonna get this quickly out of the way, and that's pretty much all I gotta say about it. So, it's gonna be a little shorter version. But next week on Raw, this Monday on Raw, and then next week on SmackDown, you'll get what you're used to seeing. If I don't go completely off my rocker again. But that's that. So it goes back and forth. Early on, Kalisto and Lince try to help Gran Metalik, who was on the top rope. They're trying to help him out, but it backfires him, and Gran Metalik flies into a body slam by Cesaro. And like the story is like that Lince and Kalisto, they're trying to compete for advice for Gran Metalik. I have no idea. It's going to lead to Kalisto turning on him and going his own way and be thrust into the Intercontinental title picture, which I really don't care. But we'll probably see like Lince Dorado versus Kalisto, Gran Metalik versus Kalisto, and just the Lucha Jobber Party just breaks up, and I could care less. And that's basically all I got to say about that. We're getting near the end of the match. Gran Metalik's on the apron. He kicks Cesaro, goes for a springboard, but Kalisto and Lince hop on the apron, and they're like, springboard, you idiot, springboard, like a bunch of fucking idiots. The referee's like, you two idiots, out of here. Kicks them out, thank God. And then Gran Metalik is distracted by what's going on. Cesaro shows him off the apron, and Kalisto and Lince argue up the ramp. And then Gran Metalik hits a surprise springboard moonsault, a side moonsault to the outside, knocking Cesaro down. We go to commercial, we come back, and Gran Metalik almost gets a pin for a near fall. And then we get near the end. Cesaro was beating him up. Gran Metalik fights back. Cesaro is seated on the top rope. Goes off the top rope with a Frankensteiner, sending Cesaro down for a near fall. Then he goes back up to the top, hits a moonsault. It goes for a moonsault, but Cesaro had the boots up, and Metalik took it on the chin. Then we get a running tiger uppercut, and then Cesaro finished off Gran Metalik with the neutralizer. 1, 2, 3. And Cesaro picks up the win. Match I gave 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that was that. So we'll see what happens next week on the Go Home show with all these guys. And like I said, at the Clash, Cesaro and Shinsuke are gonna retain the belts after Kalisto turns on them and breaks up the Lucha Jobber Party. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. And we move on from there. That's it. So 2.25 out of 5 stars for that match. And that was it. All right. I got such a fucking headache now. I'm trying to calm down. I gotta take my medication. But because I'm going completely fucking bonkers right now. I need to calm down. I'm gonna try to calm down as best I can. So anyway, we go backstage with Caleb Braxton and her guest Jey Uso, who will teams up with Roman to take on Sheamus and Baron Corbin. And he talks about the match, saying this time it's a Samoan street fight. So Caleb wants to take us back to last week when he fought both of them basically on his own, since Roman never came out. It came out later. Jay says that Paul Heyman told him last week was a miscommunication, but tonight he trusts Roman that has his back, and it won't be any different tonight than when they were kids. And come the Clash, one of them will have the belt. He says Roman's been throwing his weight around since they were little kids, but they're not little anymore. And he also mentions the match again. And that's it. So kind of a discombobulated promo from Jey Uso. So it was what it was. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's it for that. And we move on from there. All right, then we get to a moment of bliss with the lovely Alexa Bliss, or Jenny Mist, whatever you want to call her. I call her Jenny Mist because that's who she is in XWF. So Miss Bliss comes out and she welcomes her best friend Nikki, to the show. Nikki comes out beating her titties, and like, yeah, I'm Nikki Cross, acting like a complete buffoon. So Alexa congratulates her on becoming the #1 contender to Bayley's title, but she has some tough questions as always for Nikki. Nikki's like, I'm ready, Lexi. So Alexa's like, what's your plan of action? It has to be different because Bayley's beaten you time and time and time again. Nikki's like, what? And she wants to tell Lexi and the entire WWE universe why this is different. There's no Sasha Banks this time. And she's like, every time she faced Bayley, she needed eyes in the back of her head. And now that Sasha's out of the picture, she can focus on giving her the beating that Bayley deserves. She saw what she did to Sasha last week, and she could still feel the chair that was on her back last week. And she's like, Bayley must be so proud of that. There was so much contempt in her eyes, and if Bayley wants to take cheap shots, that's fine. But come the Clash, Nikki will become the new WWE Smackdown Women's Champion. So Alexa's like, very good, Nikki. So that's good. She's confident. So Nikki's confident, but she has some questions for Alexa though. So she's like, what's going on with you? Alexa's like, what do you mean? Nikki brings up last week where Alexa hit Sister Abigail on her on the floor right in front of Michael Cole and Corey Graves. And they're like, what the fuck's going on with Alexa? Then they mention that she uttered the Fiend in her ear. So she wants to know why she did what she did. Alexa's like, well, I can't explain it. I can't control it. I don't know what's going on. She really can't explain herself. Then out comes the classy Southern Belle, Lacey Evans. Comes out looking pretty hot, as always. She makes fun of them for having an emotional moment. Calls Nikki a nasty little thing. Tells her she should be on her knees thanking Alexa because when she walked away, she threw Lacey off of her game. Maybe she's doing the same with the promo. I don't know. Lacey says Nikki isn't prepared. Bayley has something Nikki would never have, and that's a mean streak. She's too nice, too short, too weak. So Nikki gets up and turns to Lacey. Lacey's like, you will never beat Bayley. So Nikki grabs the hanky and he goes, blows her nose in it. How he had a bunch of snot rockets in it. Then tosses it right at Lacey. Ew. Lacey goes down to pick it up, and Nikki just starts attacking her for no apparent reason. And then Lacey takes off her dress, and she's ready to fight. And guess what we get? A match, player. So we get that. So that I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's all I got to say about that. So we're just going to see what happens in the match, and that's it. And we move on. All right, so we get to the match. Match was wasn't anything to write home about. Alexa Bliss was on commentary. And they go back and forth a little bit most of the match. A lot of near falls. Nikki was in control early on. Lacey comes back, attacking the ribs of Nikki. And beating down Nikki, and there's a point where Lacey goes to the apron, grabs some hand sanitizer, brings it into the ring, and she pumps it into the eyes of Nikki. Ooh. Lacey rubs the hand sanitizer in her eyes. Ooh. And the referee just letting it go. Doesn't care about Nikki possibly being blinded by the hand sanitizer. And Lacey's doing whatever she wants to do. Referee's not giving two shits. Like, what the fuck's going on? And but Nikki somehow withstands that. She hits a corner splash and hits some right hands. Referee gets the 4. Nikki breaks it, goes, she's got 5! And then she hits a monkey flip on 1922. Then a drop toe attempt from Lacey, but Nikki blocks it, hops onto the top rope, hits a tornado DDT. She holds on, hits that roll the dice neck breaker of hers for the 1, 2, 3. So Nikki Cross picks up the win, gains some more momentum going into Clash of the Champions. We'll see what happens next week with her and maybe with Alexa. And that's that. So I gave the match 2 out of 5 stars. Wasn't anything to write home about. That's that. So after the match, Lacey crawls over to the announce table, starts yelling at Alexa. It's like, what are you looking at? What are you going to do? Get the Fiend? And Alexa's like, gets up off the announce table, grabs Lacey, hits Sister Abigail on the floor. So, yeah, I mean, every time somebody says the Fiend, it goes off in her head. She goes completely comatose, like Festus. Remember Festus with when he would hear the bell and it would turn. You go like, Aah! And then when he hears the bell, acts like a complete idiot. Biscuits and gravy! And we all know who Festus was. Luke Gallows. Oh, yeah. That's all I got to say about that. And we move on from there. So, looks like we're going to get Alexa Bliss, Lacey Evans next week. Not that I give two shits, but all right. Good to see Lexi go completely nuts. And if, maybe I need to send a message to Jenny Mist on the XWF message board and say, now that Lexi's doing her whole toast angle, playing two, maybe you should do that. Maybe you should come out on, do your fucking talk show and just go completely comatose. It could work. I could do that. I could go completely mental and just not give two shits. And then, my beautiful demon assassin can try to stop me and I go completely berserk on her. Tough love, bitch. But it is what it is. So, yeah. So we'll see what happens with Lexi. She's gone completely cuckoo. And we'll see what happens with her next week on the program. And like I said, probably get a match with Alexa Bliss and Lacey Evans next week. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. And we move on from this. So the match I gave 2 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Are you hitting me from behind? That's that. All right. Then we get a weird video package of all the families in WWE. I mean, the Samoans, the Uso family, the Samoan family, the Eddie Guerrero, the Guerreros, the Mysterios. We see Mr. Perfect and his dad, but no sign of Curtis Axel. They really don't give two shits about Curtis Axel or whatever his last. I know his last name is Henning. Not Kurt Henning, but I forgot what his real name is. I know it's something Henning, Mike Henning, I think, something like that. Anyway, so that leads into Paul Heyman bringing up the Hanoi family, including Yokozuna, the Rock, Umaga, rest in peace, Umaga and Yokozuna, and talks about Rikishi. Then we see clips of Roman as a child in the arms of some legends like Rocky Johnson, all the other people. He's narrating that this is his birthright. Heyman says Jey Uso has done a respectable job, gets some love a little bit. They were cousins who may as well be blood brothers. From the living room to the football field to the square circle, this battle of the bloodline will be fought with honor and pride, but make no mistake about it, they may all feast at the same table, but there's only one ruler in this dynasty, and he is the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. And that's that. And that's it. So a nice little promo from Heyman, as always, being the mouthpiece for Roman because Roman can't talk. It's what it is. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. And we'll see what happens with Roman and Jey Uso in the Samoan street fight in the main event coming up a little bit later. And that's that. And we move on. All right. After that, we get to a sit-down interview from the Performance Center with the lovely, vivacious, my fourth wife, the boss, Sasha Banks. She has a neck brace on her neck, selling the injuries from 2 weeks ago. So, some Mitchell Cole's asking the questions. I think Corey Graves got in a couple questions as well. But Sasha's basically like, I'm still here, ain't I? Ooh. Michael Cole, you need to shut your mouth. So I'm here, bitch. So Cole brings up Bayley's reasoning, how she believes Sasha was being used, and how Bayley said she's useless to her. So Sasha's like, oh, I'm nothing now? I'm useless to you, Bayley? She said she heard every single word that Bayley said last week, and she can't help but to be filled with emotions. So she's kind of like getting choked up at the Performance Center, a place they built together. They trained together, won titles together. Well, not together. They won titles there. Talked about their goals. She talks about walking the halls of the Performance Center just to talk about everything they've achieved up till now. And they talk about the summer. They showed the world, and they told the world they were taking over the company. But now that when she walks the halls and sees the girls that that are here now, they did that together in all these rooms, all these pictures and posters on them, all they've accomplished. They did all of it together. And if these walls could talk, she gets a little bit emotional. And she's like, I came here to answer your questions. She says, does she think Bayley's some kind of idiot, is naive? She's like, yep, you're damn right she's an idiot. She is naive. And she's nothing without Sasha. Nothing without her. And she says, since she's useless to Bayley now, one day she will make that one thing that Bayley loves. Well, she will take the one thing that Bayley loves, the SmackDown Women's title. And then out of nowhere, Bayley comes from behind, smacks her in the back with a chair. Then she looks to do more damage to the neck like she did 2 weeks ago. Puts her neck almost, pillowanizes her neck again. And then we see some, I guess, the stagehands. And I think we saw Sarah Del Rey, Sarah Amato, I think that's her name. Well, Sarah Del Rey, you know who she is. The leader of the women in the Performance Center, you know, blah, 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 blah. You know who Sarah Del Rey is. If you don't know who Sarah Del Rey is, you need to watch some Ring of Honor. Just saying. So she comes in and breaks everything up before Bayley can do more damage. And then we hear these two stooges like, get the medic! So we see that. And then we go to commercial. We come back. Sasha's getting attended to by the medics and those two idiots and Sarah Del Rey. So yeah, this thing between Bayley and Sasha has gotten real personal, and I would not be surprised if Sasha appears at the Clash. I don't think she's gonna cost Bayley the SmackDown title. I wouldn't be surprised, but if Nikki gets it that way, I really don't think Nikki's gonna get it. I think Bayley's gonna retain, and then at Hell in a Cell, Bayley versus Sasha inside Hell in a Cell. Which I don't think should start the feud, but that the first match, they have should be Hell in a Cell. It really should be maybe a regular grudge match. But that's what I think is going to happen at that. So maybe Sasha comes out. She beats up Bayley, calls in disqualification. So Nikki Cross wins by disqualification. What, he doesn't win the title, but she wins by disqualification, and then maybe have a rematch on the next Smackdown, the Smackdown after the Clash, and then that lead then the next 4 weeks you start planting the seeds for Bayley, Sasha inside Hell in a Cell, and Sasha's like this, Sasha be like, I've had it with you, and there's only one way to settle this, Hell in a Cell, and Bayley's like, oh shit. She gets all nervous and like scared and worried that her title is going to be going bye-bye. So we'll see what happens next week and probably at the Clash as well. Like I said, I think Sasha will attack Bayley and give Nikki the win by disqualification. But then again, Sasha could cost Bayley the title, give it to Nikki, and Nikki holds it for a little bit, not too long. So I think Lexia might get it. Not Lexi. Alexa, I think, will then turn full-fledged heel and challenge Nikki Cross for the belt. Wins the belt again for the They just held the SmackDown title twice. I think the Raw title 2 or 3 times. So I think she's going to be a 5 or 6 time champion if that does happen. That's just my booking, but my weird ideas. But it is what it is. And we'll see what happens with that. And we'll move on from there. And we'll see what happens next week with Bayley and Sasha. I think, something's going to happen next week where maybe Sasha attacks Bayley, have a big, humongous brawl, and they have to get pulled apart by, like, Adam Pearce and company. We'll see what happens. And that's pretty much it for that. And that's that. All right, we got a little bit chat. We got another member of the family in the chat. Fan of Asuka. Well, you're a fan, but she's married to me, bitch. Anyway, he or she says, Michael Cole needs to shut up. He's always interrupting the talent. Gets on my nerves. Yeah, he does get on my nerves. He gets on everybody's nerves. If I was getting interviewed by Michael Cole and he kept interviewing me, interrupting me, I'm like, Michael Cole, would you shut the fuck up? I would say that completely straight to his fucking face. If I was without a satellite, or if I was in the ring with him, I was like, Michael Cole, if you interrupt me again, you won't be talking. The next thing you say will be out of a straw. And then proceed to kick his ass. Michael Cole's so fucking boring. I'm sorry. I agree with you. Michael Cole is the worst announcer in WWE history. Oh, yeah. I'm going there. Michael Cole is the worst announcer in WWE history. He is so fucking boring. Even worse than Byron Saxton. I give Byron Saxton a little bit of a lead now for worst commentator on Raw or SmackDown. Michael Cole, he botches fucking everything. He talks like he knows everything. He's been there for like 20 some odd years since the Raw, the Attitude Era. So he's been through the Ruthless Aggression era, the PG era. Had that horrible WrestleMania match with Jerry the King Lawler where he supposedly won after we reversed the decision thanks to Stone Cold. It is what it is. Then Michael Cole got his ass handed to him after that. But Michael Cole and all his fans can go suck my dick. That's all I got to say about that. Michael Cole, go fuck yourself. You stupid little prick. And Corey Graves ain't better. He's not better than him. SmackDown's commentary is dead boring. I mean, I have to sit through 3 hours of Byron Saxton on Monday nights and Tom's stupid idiot Phillips. I have to put up with that shit for 3 hours on Monday night. I don't know how Samoa Joe does it. I really don't. I would be fucking bored of fucking wanting to pull my fucking hair out that I still have on my head. You know, Joe doesn't have that much hair on his head, but I would be fucking revolting. I'm like, why am I here with these two idiots? Bring back JR! No, JR can't come back, sadly. But they need a new freaking They need a brand new every freaking thing needs SmackDown, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, main event. They need new commentary teams. I'm sorry. And you know, it was only a phone call away. Me, Joe Cronin, JD. I can't pick up my phone because it's charging. So, but you know, somebody get on the horn to Vince McMahon. Tell him me, JD, and Joe Cronin. Yeah, you know, we need a job here, you know. We can't just sit on YouTube and talk out of our ass every fucking day or every fucking week or whatever. You know, some people like us we want to get into broadcasting. That's what we're basically doing, because broadcasting, because, you know, me personally have 2 college degrees in broadcasting. I've been on the radio. That's why I had my own radio show 2 times in Brooklyn, New York. Now I live in Jersey. I would go on Jersey radio. I would love to go on. Well, I can't go on Seton Hall University radio, but because that's the home of heavy metal. But you know, Seton Hall's too far away from me, so it is what it is. But I would love to go on WRAT The Rat in Jersey if they given a chance. You know, maybe you guys can send a memo to WRAT The Rat. Send them a nice message. Send them like, oh, we got this guy, named Peter Gilmore. He's very talented. He's done his own radio show. He maybe try, give him a chance. Maybe I could work for The Rat and go to a lot of concerts at the PNC, which basically where right around that area. I could go, see In This Moment. I could get interviews with Maria Brink and just, grovel at her feet because she is the metal goddess. I could stand next to the Metal God, which I call myself the Metal God. I have my own channel called Metal God, but I am not the Metal God. That is Rob Halford. Painkiller! Sorry. So I just killed everybody's ears right now. So, but yeah, I mean, I could do fucking commentary. Hey, you guys can do commentary for this fucking promotion. Even that jerk off in Fall River, Massachusetts, not Cena. You know who I'm talking about. Clown, the clown of YouTube. Even he could do fucking commentary. Do it better than Michael Cole. Anybody on this fucking platform could do better than Michael Cole. But personally, me, JD, and Joe Cronin are numbers 1, 2, and 3 on the food chain. And that's all I gotta say about that. So yeah, if you are on Twitter or live in the Stamford, Connecticut area, give old Vince McMahon a tweet. Tell him they need a new commentary team and tell him put my name, JD's, and Joe Cronin's name in the hat. Maybe Vince will give me a call. Couldn't hurt. Not that I want to work for Vince, but I work for Hunter, but I would not work for Vince McMahon. Because Vince could suck my fat cock. Just give me a second. I gotta get my charger. But I'm saying, give me a call. Vince, Hunter, I know you follow me on Twitter, you sons of bitches. Give me a call. Hell, I could work for Tony Khan if I wanted to. I could work for Billy Corgan if I wanted to, and wanted to live in Atlanta, GA, even though Atlanta's not a great place to live, especially if you live in the suburbs of Atlanta. Maybe I can move where AJ lives in Gainesville, Georgia. Be hop, skip, and jump away from AJ's house. Hi, Wendy. No. Anyway, but yeah, I could work for Billy Corgan. I could work for what's his name? DJ Hyde for CZW. It's right around my area, Voorhees, New Jersey. I work for him, even though CZW's not really doing much now. I still can't believe we might not get Cage of Death live. No, you know, even if it's front of like 5 people, we're not going to get Cage of Death. It's going to be in an empty arena, not in the ECW arena or the Flyer Skate Zone or wherever they. They're now there's in Jersey. They're at different places in Jersey. I just can't believe we're not going to get Cage of Death. I can't. And I get pumped for when December hits. I get pumped. Cage of Death. When Cage of Death was the shit back in the 2000s. Last few years haven't been that great. Even though last year with Jimmy Lloyd and Casey Catal. Look that match up. Please, I beg of you to watch. Jimmy Lloyd, Casey Catal, Square Circle of Sacrifice, CZW match. I think it's on YouTube somewhere. Where Casey Catal goes face first to barbed wire explosives. I'm not kidding. She took that bump like a champ. And I told it to her on Twitter. She follows me on Twitter. Casey Catal, ladies and gentlemen. Go look her up on Twitter. Tell her Peter Gilmore sent you. Tell her she's fucking hardcore. See, women can get hardcore too. They can get ultra violent. They can go through barbed wire explosives and all that other shit. Take light tubes to the face. Go through panes of glass. Don't believe me? Go watch FMW. Back in the day, when I don't remember the names of the women, but they had a barbed wire explosive match. Go look it up. It's on YouTube. Women's barbed wire explosive match. Go look it up. Go watch it. It is fucking scary as fuck. Especially with Onita looking like this the whole time. Because those ladies almost killed each other. I think it's the one and only barbed wire explosive match in All Japan, Big Japan, not New Japan, but New Japan only had one, and that was who was it? I forgot. I think it was Muda, the Great Muda. I forgot who he fought though. I don't remember his name. I saw the match too. I just can't remember the guy's name. I think it was like he was portraying Muda, but he was like the fake Muda. But go watch that one too. Besides the ones, with Cactus Jack Perrin and Terry Funk and Onita and Hayabusa and all those other great Japanese guys who went through FMW and those barbed wire explosion matches. That was the shit back in the day, FMW. FMW was the shit back in the day. And if you were living in Brooklyn, back in the day, there was a television program called Hellraiser where they showed a lot of FMW matches. They would come out with a sickle and just, stab the guy in the back and just rotate it. Blood, fire, barbed wire explosives. Fucking insane. Sadly, that's not on anymore, not on public access anymore in Brooklyn, which fucking sucks. Huh. I watched that religiously, and it came on Friday night at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. It was only a half-hour show because they showed all this shit. But like in between all the other shit they showed was FMW. That was the shit back in the day. If you lived in Brooklyn and had Brooklyn Community Access TV, otherwise known as BCAT. That's that. So that was the shit back in the day. But but going back to my original point with this little comment here. Yeah, Michael Cole needs to shut the fuck up, and really, they need every NXT, Raw, SmackDown, main event, even 205 Live needs new freaking announcers. I'm sorry, and they need to call me, JD, and Joe Cronin up. I'm just saying. And like I said, I would not work for Vince. I would work for Hunter, not Vince. Vince could go fuck himself. I would work for Hunter. I would work at NXT. I'll be a backstage interviewer. I don't give a shit. As long as I can talk to Io. My third wife. I wouldn't care if she talks in Japanese. I'm like, oh, I understand you. Yes, indeed. You go get him, soldier. And then later we have sushi. No, just kidding. But yeah, I would love to work in NXT. Interview Adam Cole, baby. He'll look at me like, I know you from somewhere. Why are you stalking me? No, I'm not stalking Adam Cole. I am not stalking Adam Cole. I'm not one of these idiot fans like the idiot that stalked Sonya Deville and almost tried to kill her. Not like that. I'm not that kind of idiot. I'm just a big fan of Adam Cole, baby. That's that. Anyway, let's move on. I have no idea how he can be so awful. Jim Ross told him, yeah. Yeah, and Jim Ross, he's a legend, but, he's botching everything. He's botching a lot in AEW. Dude's like 60-something years old. Let's put it that way. Not no spring chicken like he was in the NWA and WCW, but he's botching a lot, making a lot of mistakes. He's barely talking anyway. Basically, it's just Excalibur and Tony Schiavone. Just Jim Ross chimes in every so often. And Excalibur's not the greatest commentator in the world, even though he was a god in PWG with Kevin Steen. And I have the tapes. Kevin Steen was a god on commentary. He is funny as fuck. If you haven't watched a PWG tape with him on commentary, or with Excalibur on commentary. Excalibur's great. I mean, he's good, but not great. Except he was in PWG. And sadly, he's not there no more. I don't even know who does commentary for PWG. Not that the last thing I saw of PWG was Bolo this year. Because PWG's still around. They're just not fighting. I think the last event was Bola. I think it was Bola. I'm not sure. Might have been some other event. But I think they had Bola this year. Well, it was canceled. But it is what it is. But PWG is a great promotion. And lots of great guys come from it. Kyle O'Reilly, Adam Cole, Chris Hero, the Human Tornado, who's not there anymore, Cesaro, who else? The Bucks, Joey Ryan, Candice LeRae, Johnny Gargano, Jeff Cobb, Walter. I could go on. They've gone through PWG, became stars in PWG. That's why I think you guys need to look at PWG. Surprised it's not as big as AEW, and which they got. I wish PWG got a TV deal. I know it's in California. You have to get the rich man's cable to watch that shit. But I would love for PWG to get a major TV deal. Maybe go on. Well, I can't go on Access TV because you got TNA. Maybe go on WGN. Go on ESPN. Who knows? That would be something. PWG on ESPN. PWG on WGN. You know, it's from Chicago. They probably have to move to Chicago for that shit, but it is what it is. That's that. Wade Barrett is good. Yeah, Stu Bennett, Wade Barrett, whatever you want to call him, he's great on commentary. I love him. Probably the only good guy on. Probably the only good guy besides Morrow who is actually good in the WWE/NXT. I love Morrow, and it just sucks he's gone. It sucks. I don't know what Morrow is going to be doing now. I don't know if it's going to be MMA or he's going back to boxing. Morrow will do great in AEW. Just get, if JR ever quit, or he just wanted to get rid of JR, just let him sit on his big old dimply Oklahoma butt in Oklahoma. Bring in Morrow. You have a pretty good commentary team. Morrow, Shivani, Excalibur. Just leave Taz on Dark. And Taz is boring on commentary. Have you seen Dark? He is so corny on Dark. Making all these jokes. Him and Excalibur making these jokes. I'm watching Dark. I want to hear some good commentary. All I'm hearing is fucking jokes. Stupid. And Shivani's on Dark too sometimes. So I have to hear Shivani with his stupid jokes. Yeah. Jim Ross is awful. Yeah. Most people can't stand JR now because he's botching everything. Dude's almost 70 years old. He's a fucking legend. Hall of Famer. But not the same guy that we used to love back in the Attitude Era, back in the Ruthless Aggression Era. Even way back when it was doing commentary with Gordon Soley and with Tony Schiavone and Paul Heyman. He was great back in the day. Now, not so much. That's all I got to say about that. He buries everything in AEW, basically. He gets his snide remarks in. When he wanted who was it? Anna Jay to have a wardrobe malfunction, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry to say that." Yeah, right. His old ass wanted to hit Anna Jay. Come on now. He wants to see those titties. Not that he got enough titties in the Attitude Era with Trish Stratus and Lita and company. Him and Jerry the King Lawler were fucking pervs back in the day. Not that Jerry was a perv now, but I digress. But yeah, as much as I love JR is one of my all-time favorite commentators. My all-time favorite is Bobby the Brain Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon. Number 1. JR and King are number 2. I would put Gordon Soley and JR number 3, but it is. And yeah, that's right. JR is a perv. He is. Because now, not to say anything bad about him, but, he lost his wife, so he needs, some motivation. He likes the young girls, like Hikaru Shida and Anna Jay and Brandy, and he likes to look at the big titties and stuff like that, because he needs some loving. Somebody's got to give Jerry some pussy, Just saying. Hell, if I was JR, I'd be asking for it too. But I digress. And that's all I got to say about that. All right, enough chat. I wasted too much time already. All right, so Sasha talks, and then Bayley attacked her from behind. And we'll see what happens next week on the Go Home show. From that, like I said, I think Sasha will get a revenge on Bayley. Maybe cost her the SmackDown Women's title, giving it to Nikki Cross. Or giving Nikki the win by disqualification. But we'll see what happens with that. And we move. Excuse me. We will move on from there. I feel like I'm going to throw up again. That's it. All right. Then we get to match number 3. We got Sami Zayn, the so-called real Intercontinental Champion, he's taking on the phenomenal AJ Styles in a one-on-one match. So Sami once again wants to be announced as the Intercontinental Champion, but AJ comes out, attacks him from behind, and we have the match. Match was all right, nothing great. They go back and forth throughout most of the match. We get near the end, and Sami they go back and forth. Sami returns the favor. AJ with a combo strikes. Sami with a kick, then a Pele from AJ. AJ goes for a suplex. Sami goes behind, locks up for a German. AJ hits some elbows. Sami holds the pants to prevent a run. Then he hits the Blue Thunder Bomb for a near fall. Then he hits an explosive suplex in the corner. Sami waits going for the hell of a kick. AJ's getting up very slowly. Sami runs. AJ's up. Sami with a roll-up for a near fall. And he's got the tights, so the referee stops him and admonishes him. AJ then rolls Sami up with a handful of tights. 1, 2, 3. So AJ picks up the win via, chicanery. So AJ picks up the win. Match I gave 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that was that. Afterwards, Sami attacks AJ, starts yelling at the ref. And then he screams at Greg Hamilton to announce him as still the champion, as it was a 9-title match. Okay. Then we hear the music of Jeff Hardy, dude! The real Intercontinental Champion. Well, so-called. As, he is the Intercontinental Champion. So he comes out, runs down, clotheslines AJ, then attacks Sami. He goes to get a table, but he thinks otherwise. Then he grabs a ladder. I know you know where this is going. Sends it into AJ's gut. Then hits Sami in the face with it. Then hits Sami and AJ in the face with it. Sends Sami into the ring. Hits the twist of fate. Then he props up the ladder. He goes up the ladder. Goes up near the tippy top, and then Sami rolls out of the ring to escape any more damage. And then Jeff gets the fucking mic, says he's sick and tired of being called a fraud and a cheat. He wants to end this once for all. So he says at Clash of the Champions, he's going to fight both Sami Zayn and AJ, but not in a normal match. It's going to be a triple threat ladder match, which is going to be amazing. I think that's the price of admission right there. I think that's going to be an amazing match with 3 amazing guys: Generico, AJ, Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy's basically in his wheelhouse because that's, he's the king of the ladder. AJ's been in ladder matches before too, with the Ultimate X if you're in TNA. Sami, we all know Sami's been in ladder wars. If you watch Ladder War 4 from Ring of Honor with him and Steen, where Steen destroyed him on the bridging ladder. And I was there for it, and I marked out for the whole match, especially the ending where Steen hit the package power driver on the bridging ladder. Everybody thought Sami Zayn was dead. Well, Generico, because Generico is disguising himself as Sami Zayn. It is what it is, and that's that. So we're gonna get a triple threat ladder match at the Clash for the Intercontinental title. It's gonna be amazing. And we'll see what happens with that when we get to the Clash. But I think next week, I don't know if they're going to have a contract signing or they'll just randomly talk. I don't know what's going to happen, and that's pretty much all I got to say about that. And we will move on from there. So I gave the Aftermath 2.5 out of 5 stars. That's the only basically good thing for SmackDown. That's that. All right, then we see Otis backstage with Tucker, claiming he's sick and tired of The Miz. Then we see some douchebag come in, gives Otis a manila envelope, and you know what's in manila envelopes most of the time. So Tucker takes it out and he reads this like, "Oh shit, Otis, you're in trouble." And Otis is like, "What's going on?" And Tucker's like, "You've been sued, sir." So Otis is like, "Oh shit." So we go to break, come back with them. Tucker's explaining that he's been served a lawsuit. Basically, the Miz wants him to forfeit the Money in the Bank contract, or Miz is going to take him to court, and he has till next week to decide. So Otis is like, we're in trouble. So Tucker makes sure he understands that only Otis is in trouble, not Tucker. So Otis is in deep, deep shit. And Miz is playing those mind games of his, like the great heel he is. So we'll see what happens next week with Otis and the Miz. If Otis does give up the Money in the Bank contract, I don't think he is, but he's like, we're gonna go to court. We're gonna get Judge Mills Lane. No. Or Judge Judy, or Judge Joe Brown, or Judge Mathis. One of those guys will be on there. You know, it'd be nice to see Judge Judy on Raw. That would be funny. Not Raw, Smackdown. That would be funny. But it is what it is. So we'll see what happens next week on the go-home edition of SmackDown with Otis and Tucker. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's that. Excuse me. All right, then we go backstage with Baron Snowman Corbin showing off his scepter to Sheamus. Not that kind of scepter. So in comes the security guard from last week who basically brought Big E out to get his ass handed to him by Sheamus. That's why Big E was not on SmackDown last week. So apparently his name is Matt. I think that's what Sheamus said. And I was thinking of like this guy looks familiar. I was like, is that Scott Sanders? You know, Mr. SOL of the Thrillers, the Monday Night Thrillers, or whatever the name was called. And if you're not down with that, you're SOL, and you know what that means. And that's all I gotta say with that. That was the shit back in the day. Scott Sanders and who was it? Mark Jindrak and company. They had so many members. It was funny. And that's that. So anyway, he comes in. Apparently Sheamus like, oh, I've been looking all over for you, lad. And dude tells Sheamus that his car is being towed. So he's like, well, get me out of the, get me my car. So he brings Sheamus out, and we see he goes to his car, and then we see some guy wearing like a security outfit. I think we all know who that is. By his car, and he's like, he's like, hey, you moppet, turn around. What are you doing in my car? And who should turn around but Big E? And Big E attacks Sheamus. He's like, oh, you better run. You better run. You're going to get this ass kicking from a black man. So Big E beats the crap out of him. Sheamus runs. But Big E takes care of the security guard, saying, word on the street is you the one who set me up. So the guy's like, that wasn't me. It was the one-armed man. The invisible man with one arm and one leg. You know, but Big E's like not having it. Sends him headfirst into the road box. Then he's beating the poor white guy up. Black on white violence. Because Black Lives Matter. So Big E had the line of the night. He's like, I don't know your name. I'm just going to call you Larry. So he starts kicking him. He's like, you like that, Larry? So the referees try to stop Big E from beating him up. Big E slaps the shit out of the dude on top of the car, then hits a belly-to-belly onto the windshield, smashing it to pieces. But Big E's like, I ain't done with you yet. Drags the dude off the car, tells him not to sleep on the job. Then he sends the dude into the trunk, saying, I'm not done with you yet. This is not enough for you, and I'm not stopping. And then in comes Adam Pearce and says, I'm ordering you to leave. So Big E's like, tell Sheamus, keep running, you Irish fuck. And that's it. Blah, 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 blah. So continues the Big E Sheamus feud. That probably, I don't know what's going to happen with the next week. But, you know, just continues Big E's sort of push, gives this big feud with Sheamus. That's probably going to end, next week or the week after that. So we'll see what happens with that next week on the program. And I think they're going to have, it's probably going to culminate at Hell in a Cell with the last match. And then Big E's going to go somewhere else, maybe to a WWE Universal title picture program. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with Big E. I really don't know. Just making his run look like shit. That's all I got to say about that. And we're going to move on from there. And that's that. So I gave all that 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's that. All right. Then we get that mystery woman, the blonde, getting dressed. She gets zipped up by some guy. Wish it was me. She looks in the mirror, turns around. You can see a little bit of face, forehead, and brow. And guess who it is, ladies and gentlemen? I'll tell you right now who it is. It's Carmella. Then again, it could be somebody else, but I think it's Carmella. Signs are pointing to Carmella. If it's not Carmella, I might be. It's not Eva Marie. Let's put it this way: it's not Eva Marie. She did not turn her hair blonde. I'd rather not see Eva Marie sniffing the WWE. Rather let her sniff porn, but I digress. But like I said, I think it's Carmella or Chelsea Green. But I think it's Carmella. That's all I got to say about that. And we move on from there. All right. So I gave that 2 out of 5 stars. Blah blah blah. So eventually we'll find out who this woman is. Maybe next week we'll find out. But I think it's Carmella. But we'll see what happens. All right, then we get to the main event, a Samoan street fight. Roman Reigns, Mr. Cockfist himself with Paul Heyman, and comes out with his cousin Jey Uso to take on Sheamus and Baron Corbin. Roman comes out first, which is unusual, and he said that this is my yard, my island, my ring, my WWE, and if you want it, come take it from me. And that's it. Basically, straight to the point. Then we get to the match. The match was all right. Nothing right home about. It was not that hardcore, but it is what it is. Reigns was in the match for about 10 minutes. more time than he had at SummerSlam and Payback. Not SummerSlam, yeah, basically SummerSlam and Payback. And really the last couple weeks. But it was in the match for a little while. That's not bad. They went back and forth. They used a table. Corbin and Sheamus set up a table. Jay kicks out in the corner, then hits an insecurity to Sheamus, kick to Corbin. He goes to the top rope, but they trip him up, then powerbomb him through the table for a near fall. Corbin goes to the outside. Roman grabs a chair and just sends it right into Corbin's face. he almost tried to do his best Sammy Guevara impersonation, throwing that chair in the face. Sheamus then attacks, clears the announce table. Grabs Roman, sends him face first into the table, and then steps on top of it. Knocks up Roman for some white noise. Roman gets out of it and hits a nut shot to Sheamus's Irish jewels. Then he hits a Samoan drop through the table. But I am the table! And it doesn't break. So then Corbin comes in to punch Reigns in the face. Reigns takes care of him, sending Corbin into the ring post. Sees Sheamus in the barricades, hits a spear. Then Corbin sends Reigns into the steps. Jay with a suicide dive out of the ring, but Corbin catches him, sends him flying, then rolls Roman into the ring. Grabs his scepter, but Jay smacks him in the head with the Universal title. Then Roman hits the spear. And then Jay comes from out of nowhere with the Uso splash, the Superfly Uso splash. 1, 2, 3. So Roman and Jay pick up another win. Well, Jay picked up the win last week, doing it by himself. This week, he basically steals the win from Roman. So they get the win. Match gave 2.25 out of 5 stars. And Roman's like, the fuck, man? Trying to steal my thunder? Fuck you. So, like I said, the match I gave 2.25 out of 5 stars. And afterwards, Jay's all happy. He's like, yeah, #1 contender. Yeah, we did it, man. Right, awesome. So Jay's like clapping towards Roman. Roman sees Jay with the title. Jay's about to go like this, and then he like, I'm just kidding. Gives it to Roman. And he's like celebrating outside the ring, clapping along. Roman's smiling up a storm. Though I think he's like kind of hiding his anger. We could probably see next week. I think he'll turn on Jay. But then again, it might not. Or we might just channel his anger and just beat the crap out of Jay Uso at the Clash, which we all know he's going to win. Roman's not going to lose the belt to Jay fucking Uso of all people. Let's be real. There was rumors saying that he's not going to be at the not going to fight at Hell in a Cell. They're going to wait till Survivor Series, where I think he might be on a team, like Team Roman versus Team somebody. But Roman, Team Raw be hit. I guess Drew McIntyre's team versus Roman Reigns' team versus Finn Balor's team at Survivor Series. That should be an interesting match. We'll see who's on all the teams. I would think Finn Balor will probably pick Adam Cole and a couple other guys. Roman will probably pick Jey Uso, but Roman will pick a couple guys, and then Drew will probably pick a couple guys. Maybe Randy Orton's on the team. I don't know. It's gonna be some weird teams at the Survivor Series, and when we get up to the Survivor Series on November and the middle of November, middle to end of November, with NXT Takeover War Games the night before. So we'll see what happens with that, and that's that. So Roman's smiling, he's laughing it up. So Jay leaves the ring. He has his back to Roman. He's clapping. He's like, yeah, I did it. Yeah, shoot him up. Yeah. And then we go back to Roman, and then Roman's like, Roman is pissed. So we'll see what happens with this situation next week on the program. And I think Roman's going to turn on his cousin next week. I have a feeling. I just have a feeling that he's going to do it. And that's pretty much it for SmackDown. So like I said, I gave the match 2.25 out of 5 stars. Nothing for the aftermath. It was just, what it was. But all in all, SmackDown was... it was all right. Nothing great. So I gave SmackDown 6.25 out of 5 stars. 6.25 out of 5. 6.25 out of 10 stars. So it was what it was. And we'll see what happens next week on the Go Home Show with Monday Night Raw this Monday night. And next week on SmackDown with the Go Home shows before next Sunday's Clash of the Champions Gold Rush. And we'll see what happens with that next week on Raw and SmackDown. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. And NXT has the pre-ultimate Go Home show before... not next week, the following week's Go Home show before TakeOver on October the 4th. I don't know what they're calling it anything. I think just calling it TakeOver. So we'll see what happens with that. Maybe some matches announced for TakeOver on October the 4th. So we got a pay-per-view next Sunday. Then the following Sunday, we got another pay-per-view. And then 3 weeks after that, we got Hell in a Cell. And then 3 weeks after that, we got War Games, we got Survivor Series, and then after that, we got TLC and another TakeOver. So lots of stuff, lots of wrestling coming your way. And in between, we got TNA Bound for Glory on October the 24th. We got Full Gear November the 7th. Lots of wrestling coming your way the rest of this year. So you better stick around for it. And I'll be here every step of the way, as I always will be, because I ain't going anywhere. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So 6.25 out of 10 stars for SmackDown. And we'll see what happens next week on the program. And that's that. So thank you all for watching. Leave your comments and your questions down below. What you guys thought of SmackDown? If you have any wrestling questions, put it down below in the comment section of this video. Or hit me up via Facebook. If you're on Facebook, just type in Peter Gilmer. You'll find me somewhere. You send me a message if you want. But your best bet is hit me up on Twitter at my Twitter link, which is down below in the description box. So hit me up with a tweet, a tweet, a notification, or a direct message. Slide into my DMs. Not like that, but it is what it is. So hit me up with your questions. Maybe we'll have a live Q&A sooner or later. But we'll see what happens with that. And that's all I got to say about that. So once again, 6.25 out of 10 stars for Smackdown. It was an okay show. And that ends your week of wrestling for this week. And that's it. So we'll see what happens this Monday night on Raw with the Go Home show. Then I got NXT and AEW on Wednesday night. Should be some good stuff. See if AEW wins the ratings war again like they did this week. They had 800 and not, I think it was 898. No, I forgot what it was. 898,000 views. NXT had 620, 630 something thousand. They basically got destroyed again. If NXT wants to win the ratings war, I think they need to go to Tuesday nights. I'm just saying. I think Hunter and Vince better call an audible and get off Wednesday nights because they're getting destroyed every week. Even when NXT is on Tuesday nights or is on a different night, they're still not getting the ratings. They're still not winning the ratings. Because AEW is on a Wednesday or Thursday or Saturday. They're still getting tons of views. Because AEW is the shit. It's number one. Yes, that's all. I'm not saying that because I'm an AEW mark. I'm saying it as a real wrestling fan. AEW is just destroying the WWE. It is the alternative. And if you WWE marks can't handle that, too fucking bad. Because AEW is better than WWE. As much as you WWE marks claim the WWE is better than AEW. Sure. Who's winning the ratings, dumbass? Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. All right, so that's it. Thank you for watching. Thanks to Fan of Oscar for coming in the chat. Thanks to Curious the Jew for coming in the chat. And that's that. Just want to apologize for the beginning of the video. I just completely went berserk. I just had a really bad day. Just really rough day in general. With work. And the start of my 4-day weekend. I got to go in tomorrow. I got to go in Sunday. I got to go in Monday. Then I have a fucking day off. Not going to help me that much, even though I got a lot of rest. But then I got to go in Wednesday afternoon. Then I got a day off after that. Then I get another 4-day weekend. So basically, I have no off time. Not much off time. I'd like to have like consecutive days off. I would love that, like I used to have. But now I'm working five days a week, making more money than you can count. So I'm gonna try to deal with it. I don't like it. I'd rather work just 3 or 4 days. Making the money I can make. Because I'm still I'm still struggling with bills. But now I'm working a little bit more hours, getting a little bit more money. I can pay more of my bills because I already got my cable bill in. I got to pay that next week, and then got my phone bill to pay, got my internet bill to pay, and I got a medical bill to pay. So I got to pay all that shit off over the next 2 weeks. So it's a struggle, and plus I got more medical bills piling up after that too, because my insurance sucks. But I'm gonna hopefully get that fixed in the near distant future. So we'll see what happens with that. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. Time for you all to go to bed. It's here in the Northeast. It's 3:40, almost 3:45 in the morning, almost 4 o'clock. So I'm gonna edit this up, go to bed because I gotta get up early in the morning. Not early in the morning. Gotta get up early. Get up in the morning. Get up in a couple hours. I'm gonna take a little snooze. Get a couple hours sleep, and then I'll probably get up about 11:30. Then I gotta get dressed for work, and maybe talk to the missus. Even though we had a little didn't have a great talk tonight. So hopefully, I can get to talk to her and, apologize to her and hopefully get back on the same page. But we'll see. I don't know. Who knows? And yes, I picked my nose. You want it? Here it is. Anyway. So yeah, so hopefully things will be better tomorrow. But you know, with my job, it's never easy, and got these assholes coming into my job, acting like complete buffoons. And like I said, I gotta work I gotta go to work at 2:30. Probably get home by 11. Then I gotta go to work Sunday afternoon at 4:00. But Sunday's gonna be usually Sundays are my easy days. Sunday's basically easy because I get out right after 11 o'clock because the overnight guy is such a great guy and comes in just about on time. Maybe comes in about 11 o'clock, 11:05. Sometimes maybe a little bit around 11:10, 10 after 11. So I'm basically out by 10 after 11, quarter after 11. Then I go see my parents for a little bit. Then I take a cab home because can't take the bus at night anymore because it's kind of dangerous at night. So that's all I gotta say about that. And we move on from there. So that's it. Thank you all for watching. Oh, we got one more comment. Sponge says, penis! Okay. Penis! That's all I gotta say about that. So go play with your penis. Your small penis. And that's all I gotta say about that. So thank you for watching, everybody. 6.25 out of 10 stars for Smackdown. And that's it. That's it for that. So have a great weekend, everybody. I'll see you guys on if anything happens between tomorrow and Sunday. And Monday, be back with some news. Check out my Melina video down in the description box. Give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and all that good shit. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So thank you all for watching. I'm Peter Gomez signing off. Peace out. Rock on. If you're not fucking down with that, well, fuck you, man. Get off my channel. Go suck my dick. And that's all I got to say about that. So thank you for watching. Go to sleep, everybody. I'm out. Have a great week. Have a great weekend, everybody. If I'm not back this weekend, I'll see you guys after Raw Monday night on the Killer Demon on this very here channel. So if I don't see you this weekend, I'll see you definitely late Monday night for my Monday Night Raw review for the Go Home show for Monday Night Raw. So I'll see you guys later. I'm out. Peace, bitches. And by the way, penis.